University Park, Wisconsin and Penn State. And let's join Brad Nessler. Brad?
All right, Mike, the 6th-ranked team in the country with the longest winning streak awaits the Badgers of Wisconsin. Darrell Bevell will bring out the Rose Bowl champions from 2 years ago. But the Badgers have never visited Happy Valley. 25 years ago, the last time they even played Penn State. And that man, 45 years ago today, became part of the Penn State coaching staff for the first time in game 500. And in his 30th year, he brings out the team with the longest winning streak in the country. A big game in the Big Ten. From Beaver Stadium, it's Wisconsin and Penn State coming up next. About 96,000 on hand at Beaver Stadium. The Nittany Lions and the Badgers get set to do battle in the Big Ten. Hi again, everybody. Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson. Gary, we've seen a lot of these two teams in the last couple of years. Last year, Penn State, the high-powered passing game really hasn't gone away, but Wisconsin's secondary is a lot different than it was a year ago.
Well, they started the season this year with only 3 starts on defensive secondary, Brad, and they were all on offense a year ago. Everyone knows Penn State has power with their skilled players, and Wisconsin's secondary is young. That's tough. So the key to the game, I think, the front 7, and especially those Wisconsin linebackers, and they've got 2 great ones. Eric Unverzat and Pete Monty, 2 of the best inside linebackers. We saw them a year ago at Michigan when they really took over that football game. They are going to have to control that running game and keep it away from that high-powered offense by stopping them in the running game. But they're going to face, I think, the best offensive line in college football. That's really the key to this game. Can that offensive line with that man right there, Jeff Harding's one of the best offensive linemen, an All-American returning. That's the key to the game. If they can block the linebackers, Penn State will move the football.
And the theme all week long by Joe Paterno was whoever wins this game will be the team that finds the other saying ouch first. They expect a physical battle. So do we. Wisconsin has won the toss and will receive. And Brett Conway will tee it up. Back deep for Wisconsin, Aaron Stecker and Cecil Martin. Stecker, who will also see quite a bit of time in the Wisconsin backfield, spelling Carl McCullough, who's been sensational so far this year. What a place. A late start, but an early beginning today for all of these fans, trust me. Deep kick, Wisconsin will have to work from the 20-yard line. Offensively for the Badgers, another key will be their senior quarterback, Darrell Bevell, career winningest quarterback in Wisconsin history with McCullough and Martin. And wide receiver Tony Simmons starting to come on. A couple of touchdown catches last week with London, and Nyquist is the tight end. And up front, Steve Stark, 21 starts on what is no longer as experienced a line as it once was. Once Gay, Vanderbilt, and Cayetano round out the group up front. And Wisconsin works from its own 20-yard line. McCullough met immediately by Nelson, who's going to lose a yard. Penn State defense fired up with its opening hit, as well it should be. Brad Scioli leads in tackle for loss on that front line with Killens, Noble, and Todd Atkins. Filardi, he's the top tackler, 16 a week ago. Collins and Nelson, who just made the last stop. Kim Herring, co-defensive player of the week in the Big Ten with Holes, Miller, and Tate. And a secondary that's a good one for Penn State. 2nd down and 10. Bevell, his first throw. Over the middle, out of the backfield. Here's McCullough. He got it across the 25 to about the 27, where Filardi made the hit.
Brad, when Darrell Bevell is playing his game, and we've watched it now for 4 years, he uses the passing game like a running game. He's going to try to move the chains with his passing game. And with the success Rutgers had a week ago throwing against the linebackers, I think you'll see even more of those tight ends and fullbacks getting the ball over those short zones.
They've got 3rd down and 3. First possession play, Wisconsin 52% on the year in their 3rd down conversions. Bevell completes it across the middle and a 1st down throw out to the 33-yard line of Martin, the fullback. Filardi again, the inside linebacker, makes the hit.
Brad Martin, the fullback, was just playing the position that Battaglia played a week ago. Coming out for Rutgers, just coming back in that crease behind the linebackers. It's a burst route. They put 3 receivers together. 2 guys go long. 1 guy comes under. It's just like playing it out in the sidewalk or on the backyard. Just get open short. I'll hit you.
First down, Wisconsin. Just inside the 34-yard line. McCullough waits for a block. Blasts off the right side. And picked up about 8 before Herring made the stop from the secondary.
Brad, I was talking to offensive line coach Jim Huber. He said his guys think they can block these guys. No one's taking the ball right at Penn State behind Wunsch and Stark. We feel we've got to run the ball right at them. You said it. They want to make it who can say ouch first. I watched Penn State and I've watched Wisconsin for a while now. I don't think either team's going to say ouch.
Second down and 2. There's the up front group for Wisconsin. And a draw play. And McCullough got it to the 45, and that's going to be good enough for another Badger first down. Well, of course, past years had the Brent Moss and Terrell Fletcher era, I guess, and this is the new era. Number 13, Carl McCullough, a sophomore out of St. Paul, Minnesota, and he is a dandy.
Well, he was so highly recruited, you could see what type of year he's having. And, you know, anybody who plays tailback for Wisconsin, if he doesn't have those kind of numbers, they're not going to win a lot of games. But he's taken it up, what was there before, and following the tradition, and they've got themselves a good one.
They got themselves the first down at the 45. Bevel on a first down throw, swings it out, overshot his fullback, who took a hit from Clint Holes, the hero back.
Well, that was just as much Martin's fault as anyone. I think Bevel thought he would turn up, and that's really what you have to do if you're a fullback or any type of a flaring back to the outside. You have to give your quarterback an idea of what you're going to do. That practice is you go out about 8 yards and you start to turn up and you show your numbers to the quarterback. Young redshirt freshman Cecil Martin there just did not do a good job of giving him something to throw to.
7th play, the opening drive of the ball game. As Bevel shifts his fullback from the left to the right side.
Penn State's in a bear look. They'll rush from the outside.
McCullough, and he got to midfield. We'll bring up third down at 5. Todd Atkins, the defensive end, a senior out of Newcastle, Pennsylvania.
Here's the change-up right here. This is their linebacker. Collins is going to come in from the outside. Now they'll pick it up, and Brad Childress, offensive coordinator, told me they expected a lot of bear look. You can see it. The guard pulls out, Vanderbilt pulls out, makes the block, and they've got it in a situation that Wisconsin needs to get it in. 3rd and 5 or less, where they can still run or pass and pick it up.
There they are, as we talked about it. The first third down situation they had, the second in the Big Ten in that category. And 3rd and 5 here, right from the midfield stripe. Penn State thought about a blitz, and Bevel goes complete. He's got a man on the run is London. London all the way down to the 26-yard line. Run down by Kim Herring, but a 24-yard pickup. And Gary, when we see Bevel start fast like this, sometimes he can put a string together.
Well, he had 14 in a row last week, and this is same thing. I tell you, it's like I'm watching the Rutgers game all over again. Put a little motion, come underneath, run your routes against the linebackers. That time Herring had to come up, make the blitz, make the stop. But again, Brad, Penn State came with an 8-man front, and they blitzed it. Bevel did a good job getting rid of the ball.
That sprint draw, the wide running play. McCullough puts his head down and pounds inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Filardi again made the hit. McCullough has learned, even though he's got that 6'3 frame, he's got the lean working. And he's hard to bring down. Opening quarter and opening drive, and Wisconsin's moved it from its own 20-yard line to the Penn State 20-yard line. Second down, a long 4, we'll call it 5 from the 20. McCullough this time hit at the line of scrimmage, still fell forward for a couple as Brandon Noble, a senior defensive tackle out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, makes the hit.
Brad Childress is the offensive coordinator, has been with Barry now, and really the idea of his offense is to move the chains. He wants 4 or more yards on first down or second down so he can get in these types of situations on third down when the defense has to play honestly. If they have a lot of third and longs, they will not win the football game so far. Game plan's working perfectly.
They've gone 62 yards. This is the 11th play of the drive coming up. Penn State almost jumped offside. McCullough, I don't know. Might have gotten it. He needed to get to the 15, and it will depend a little bit on the spot. They may even have to take a look at it. Brad Scioli made the tackle for Penn State. And our referee, Dick Holick, says, yep, let's bring out the change to look at this one.
Al Gay and Steve Stark. Remember, Corey Raymer was the big center last year. Gay, number 62, was hitting the down block. But you know, Gerald Filardi that time, number 47, hit it head on that time. And McCullough, you called it right, Brad, fell forward. And that's the key to the great backs do. When they get tackled, they fall forward. And Barry Alvarez knows he's got a great back to run. And he'll ride him. If he has a great running back, he'll ride him.
That's right. Well, Scioli's butt's in our way, but we can finally get the picture, and it's first down Wisconsin.
and that covered up a lot, too.
It did. Took up the whole screen. Barry Alvarez, who is...
Barry doesn't go with the hat anymore. He's just gone directly away from the hat.
Well, he knows the hair is a lost cause now.
That's right. No use hiding it any longer.
In his 6th year, and what a remarkable job he's done at Madison. First down, Wisconsin, just outside the Penn State 15. They've kept it 5 minutes, 10 seconds. Here's McCullough. Nice cutback. Did it on his own as he got to the 10-yard line.
Brad, when McCullough gets the ball, he's going to look at what's happening in front of him. It's a zone-type blocking for Wisconsin, meaning he doesn't really know where he's going to run the ball. He reads what happened. He'll see something flashing from this side. Now watch him break it behind it. Just keep your eyes open, get the ball back deep, and see where it's coming from. See something flash, cut behind it, and there's the opening. Beautiful job running and seeing what's happening.
Badgers with Mossy Fletcher before, and now McCullough, great cutback runners. He's got 32 yards already today. Here he comes again, trying to take it wide. Penn State puts a shoulder to him. It's Filardi with his 3rd tackle of this opening drive. Aaron Collins, the outside linebacker, helped on the hit. And here comes another 3rd down.
This is called the red zone area inside the 20. You got to put points, and Wisconsin is one of the best in the country at doing this. They always have been because they control and keep it in short situations on 3rd down, 7 touchdowns and 9 possessions.
Now when you keep blasting in there with McCullough, do you think about a play action down here?
And Nyquist is the guy they like to throw to down here.
They're 3 for 3 in their 3rd down conversions as Joe Pott looks on, wondering if his defense can finally stop a 3rd down conversion. Straight drop for Bevel. To the end zone. Corner incomplete on the fingertips of Tony Simmons, and he couldn't hold it.
Mark Tate did a nice job of reading that in and out route that time. Bevel put the ball in the only spot where it couldn't be intercepted. Here's Tate out here. He's going to come in and get behind him. Watch the route right here. Tate, number 33, reads it and reacts. Kind of grabs him a bit there, but Bevel puts it in a nice spot. This ball could have been caught. Simmons, who has a lot of touchdowns in his career so far, did not come up with that one.
He's still down. He took a hard hit, and as you saw that landing,
it looked awkward. I don't know if hard. It just seemed like he was spinning around, and he might have.
I think he got a low shot there myself.
I think he had a. Maybe he just didn't have the cup on. Is that what you're trying to say?
I didn't want to say that, but now that you have.
Oh, you can't say that? I didn't know that.
We got a break here, and we can check in with Mike Tirico, who does have his cup on. Mike.
Thanks, guys. Dump this in my lap. Updating the baseball. The Cubs. Sean Dunston facing Mike Henneman. Henneman gets the strikeout. The Cubs couldn't come back this time, so it's a 9-8 final. Chicago's eliminated. The Astros are still alive. The Rockies are on their way to a win. They could close the gap on the Dodgers. Brad?
Okay, well, I was talking about the Chicago Cubs. That's
right.
They told me that you had an update. And Tony Simmons, okay, he'll come off. The field goal unit for Wisconsin will come on.
Remember when you played Little League, you used to have to weigh in and then hit your cup to prove that you had it on to the coach before you didn't have this on.
Boy, this has gone south already for us in the first 6.5 minutes. A 26-yard field goal attempt by John Hall. He's been having a little bit of trouble so far this year. No trouble on this one. Wisconsin's opening drive impressive. They don't get the 7, but they settle for 3. And with 8:21 remaining first quarter, they lead Penn State by a field goal. Beachy, a member of the 53 Wisconsin Badgers who beat Penn State 20-0, later went on to win the Heisman Trophy and ended his career as the NCAA's all-time leading rusher at the time. Barry Alvarez got a pretty good rushing performance on that opening march by Carl McCullough, capped it with a John Hall field goal. 3-0 Badgers as Hall is set to kick. Enos and Fletcher back deep for Penn State. Curtis Enos from the 5. Straight up the middle and out near the 25. That's where the Penn State offense will work offensively. As you look at the group, the fullback gets overlooked in this group because they've got so much talent. Whitman already has 4 touchdowns on the year. Archie and Richardson round out the backfield. Bobby Ingram had a great game last week. 3 touchdowns receiving, another on a fumble that went 58 yards. Freddie Scott and Olsen are the receiving corps. Jeff Hardings, one of the 12 semifinalists now for the Lombardi Award with that great line Gary talked about. Johnson, Rivera, Tilsh, and Conlon. And here's Wally Richardson, who opened up a little shaky against Texas Tech, but he has really come to life in the last 2.5 games. He'll bring his troops up to the 26-yard line. First down, Penn State. Archie got a couple, maybe 3. Pete Motti, the inside linebacker, made the hit for the Wisconsin defense. Tarek Sala is a guy that Penn State really wanted here. He made 3 visits to Penn State, signed with Wisconsin. He's a good one with Spiller, Manecki, and Jurowitz up front in the 4-man line. Pete Motti, co-captain, who just made that last tackle, was a Butkus candidate. So is Unverzat, with Daryl Carter rounding out that group. Sorrell Weems, his first start last week, and had an interception. Subtle, Adamov, and Huntley round out the secondary. Second down, 7. Play action for Richardson. Plenty of time. Down the middle, across the 40, and it's Bobby Ingram. Who else? And with that catch, he moves a little bit further up the list in the Penn State receiving career marks.
One of the basic passes in college football, high school football, or pro football is the square, and Bobby Ingram runs it as well as anybody in college football, actually in pro football for that matter. Doesn't matter if you're double covered, you just run it on the second guy. You see the opening in the middle of the field. On the other side of the field, Freddie Scott was going to the post to hold that safety. Beautiful, beautiful job.
First down, Penn State. Bobby Ingram's next catch is in the record books all by himself. He just tied O.J. McDuffie with that reception. Archie. And Archie got it out for a couple to the 45, and we get it out to the other member of our crew, Adrian Karsten.
All right, Brett, thanks very much. You know, I was keeping a close eye on Penn State in pregame, and I'll tell you, a lot of these guys look like in pregame, like they have all week long, tired. Joe Paterno told me he was worried about this. Now, remember, a lot of his starters last week against Rutgers sometimes played 80, 90, or 100 plays. Even Jeff Hardings, our outstanding guard, was complaining that he was fatigued. He never complains to anyone about anything.
Brad Ganter says when Harding starts complaining, we know there's a problem. Second down and 8 from the 45. Freddie Scott in motion. Richardson on the roll and fires to Freddie Scott in the Wisconsin end and close to a first down. In fact, I think he's got it at the 47-yard line.
Brad, one of the great things that Penn State does within their offense, everybody talks about balance on offense, whether run and pass, but I think Penn State does so well of being balanced within the passing game. You throw one ball outside to Ingram, and then you come the next time and you distribute it to Freddie Scott. Fran Ganter does a good job of saying, I want all of our weapons working the whole game.
And Kerry Collins did that well last year as a quarterback, and Richardson picked up where he left off. They mix it around. Everybody stays happy that way as well. First down, end around coming. Ingram with a convoy in front. Inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line, and over to Mike Tirico.
Brad, this McDonald's breakaway takes us to the horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. Record crowd at Ohio Stadium after Penn State botched a punt catch, allowed Ohio State great field position, then hoying to Ricky Dudley for the touchdown. The Buckeyes lead by 1 and just picked Paulus.
Wow, great game.
Used to be a long time ago. It was tough for Ohio State to come from behind. Of course, a long time ago, they were never behind.
Second down and a short 2 for Penn State. They moved it right down on the opening march for their offense. Whoa, that march just got stopped as Pete Motti said hello to Curtis Enos. Head up.
Talk about the linebackers, Unverzat and Motti. Watch these two guys take it on and make the play right there. The two inside linebackers, they read isolation. One guy takes on the blocker, next guy comes up, takes on the tailback. I'm telling you, these two guys are as good as anybody reading that run and meeting it coming downhill. Inside linebackers have to make those plays.
Both Butkus candidates, and both off to that kind of start here today. 5:27 remaining first quarter as we'll take a look at the measurement.
And you know, Brett, talking to Kevin Cosgrove, new defensive coordinator this year. Of course, Dan McCarney, the defensive coordinator, left for Iowa State last year. He said, wait until you get a look at Daryl Carter. I mean, he's a player also. And if you put that with Tarek Sala, who plays a little defensive end this week and a little linebacker, they've really got 4 great ones there.
Sala and Carter, especially with the speed. You saw the length of the football and then some short. So 3rd down and a yard coming up for Penn State. And there's what they've done on their 3rd down conversions. 3rd and inches for the Nittany Lions. And a full house in there was slowed now on a wing left. He's in motion. Forget about it. 1st down, but a penalty marker down.
It appeared someone flinched that time, but the flag was thrown just at the snap, so maybe somebody lined up in the neutral zone also. You know, you put both those fullbacks in there at the same time.
That's right.
That is a full house.
Whitman and Milne, both good ones. The offsides against Wisconsin, so it's automatic 1st down. They'll walk off the 5. Joe Paterno, 30th year as the head coach in his 500th game at Penn State. And ironically enough, 45 years ago to this day is the first time he was on the Penn State staff as an assistant. And now the 4th winningest coach ever. And still as charming a guy to be around when you can talk football as anybody there is.
He can make an hour go by faster than anybody
That's
I've
right.
ever talked to. You know those things where who would like to eat with?
Yep.
He'd be one of my 4 people.
And luckily enough, we get to play action. Richardson over the middle, almost picked. 2 Badgers had a chance. Monty had the first look, and then I think Unverzad had the second shot, and neither came up with it.
Monty and Unverzad did have a chance. I think Richardson threw the ball a little too hard this time. He's going to get the checking back coming right down this time. Archie right over the middle of the field, throws it too high. Archie stopped on him. It was thrown so hard, there's no way Monty was going to catch that ball. And they're all mad, not coming up with it.
Let's check in with Adrian.
An interesting situation here. The sun is directly in Wally Richardson's eyes. One more tag to put on this right after this play.
See what he does with a 2nd and 10 at the 32. And Richardson changing things up. Keep it on the ground. Enos stretched out nicely by the Badger defense. Brian Jurowitz to stretch that thing outside, the junior.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Eric Unverzad, I think, though, coming right here, hits it from behind and really causes this play, number 47. Reads it quickly. Watch how quick. That was not a blitz. He read it as the play and got it. That forced Enos wide, and that great rush defense for Wisconsin was able to keep it to no play.
Well, I was giving Carter and Sala all the credit for being fast. This guy's not slow.
Now here's the challenge for the Wisconsin defense. Can they put any pressure on Richardson with a 4-man rush, or do they have to bring more people?
And a 3 wide receiver set. Juravicius comes in as the 3rd man. Richardson on 3rd and 9. Across the middle. Campbell made a catch, trying to break tackles. Boy, he's close. Chris Campbell just kept weaving, and they might have to take a look at this.
Well, it's close enough where I think they probably will go for it too. But you know, Sala came close on there, but Campbell got into the middle of the formation. An easy throw again. And when you give Richardson that amount of time, he's on the outside right here. This guy's going to go long, and then he's going to find that opening right in the middle of the formation. But not enough pressure inside. Can Wisconsin put pressure inside on Richardson? That's too easy of a throw. He's not going to throw it to the linebackers all day. And I think another key for this game, you know, those receivers for Penn State are so elusive after they catch the ball. He gained about 4 yards afterwards to make it 4th and 1.
There's the one they need. We'll check in with Mike Tirico.
All right, Brad, let's go back to Ohio State. And that magic combination strikes again. Bobby Hoying to Terry Glenn. It's a foot race with the cornerback Rossum, 15, and Moore, the free safety, 9. Nobody's going to get him. 7th touchdown hookup of the year. Ohio State kicks the point, leads by 8.
Nothing like losing to Joey Galloway and ending up with a Terry Glenn, huh?
Yeah, that looked like a foot race that they had no chance for as soon as he caught it, didn't it?
Brett Conway will try a 39-yard field goal as we look from behind him. And is it going to stay in there for him? Not quite.
I don't think so.
He only missed it by about a foot. And plenty of leg, but he pushed it over the top of the right upright. So Penn State comes away empty. Wisconsin maintains a 3-point lead. Lilburn, Georgia is not too happy, having missed a 39-yard field goal. Penn State still scoreless. Wisconsin by 3. Their second offensive possession from the 22-yard line. Nyquist in motion. He'll be the lead blocker for McCullough, who breaks into the secondary. Got about 12 out to the 34-yard line. Herring and Holes were the last line of defense.
Do not underestimate the way and the efficiency of these guys up front for this Wisconsin line. They've had to replace Corey Raymer, but the new center, Al Gay, Jim Huber told me he's a more athletic Corey Raymer. He's not as tough as Raymer, but he feels he can make the same blocks. I said, are you doing anything differently? Because you used to give Raymer one-on-one. He said, nope, same plays.
Not making as much money as Raymer. Who was the second-round pick of the Redskins. First down, McCullough. Biding his time, took too much time. Nice play by Terry Killens, a defensive end, who stretched it out to make the hit. Killens, who moved from linebacker to that defensive end spot. He's a 4-5 guy, so it doesn't take him long to try to stretch out a running back like this.
And I think that's the key. I mean, there's a defensive end. Actually, he's playing both, Brad. He's going to be down on a three-point and up a lot of times. Lunges on him that time, number 71. And Killens did a nice job of standing lunge up with his hands and looking for McCullough and running with him and making the play.
There's Terry, who was in a stand-up defensive position that time. 2nd and 10 for Bevel. McCullough, one man to get around, and does, but still won't pick up the first down. Job defensively by Todd Atkins to get back from his defensive line position. It'll be about 2 yards short.
Brad, Bevel wanted that time to go to Simmons, but Brian Miller, number 34, probably the best cover guy on this field, does a great job of shutting off Simmons. Darrell Bevel does what he has to do, not force the ball. We saw him against Colorado. Remember last year when he forced the ball, took him right out of their game plan. When he plays within himself, this is a great offense.
Wisconsin spreads it out a little bit. 3 wide receiver look on a 3rd down and 2. Bevel wide open over the middle. Is London on the run again. Michael London waits for Nyquist block, and he cuts inside the 25 and down to the 21-yard line. Brian Miller, the corner, had to drag him down from behind, but not before. London picks up 38.
Penn State should be ready for this play. This is Rutgers' play. London's going to cut the ball, catch the ball over the middle. Man-to-man coverage, a little bit of a rub-off. Now watch Matt Nyquist's block here. That's hard to say. It's also a great block. Whoa! And nice patience, and, you know, the same passing game. Brad Childress said, we watched Rutgers throw the ball over the middle. Hey, it works. We're going to do it.
2 catches and 63 yards for number 4, Michael London. Both those catches on 3rd down. Now here they come with a running game. McCullough and head-on. Nice hit in the open field, and it was Clint Holes, the strong safety, who made the stop. Let's check in with Mike Tirico. Mike.
Brad, continuing the baseball story, the Colorado Rockies now control their own destiny. Curtis Leskanik striking out Kurt Manwaring. Rockies beat the Giants. If they win tomorrow, they're in the playoffs, and there will be baseball tomorrow on ESPN 1 and 2.
All right. Right now, football on the mothership. At the 21-yard line, 2nd down and 10.
Let's look.
Under a minute to play, first quarter. Bevel off play action. Nyquist with a catch and the touchdown.
Boy, Nyquist did a nice job there beating Brian Miller. A tight end on a corner, and we've seen Nyquist do it for 2 years. Catch the ball in the plus 20-yard line, and Bevel put it right in the spot for an easy 6.
Career long catch for Nyquist, 21-yard touchdown.
You know, after you played in the Rose Bowl, I don't think going into any stadium for a regular season game, no, not at all.
That's about right.
You could put all the blue shirts on you want. The game still happens between the white lines.
Bevel to hold for John Hall. A quarter that's belonged to Wisconsin, though. Penn State had a nice opening drive, missed their field goal. Wisconsin's put 10 on the board. 51 seconds remaining first quarter. Matt Nyquist from number 11, Darrell Bevel, and Darrell says, we'll take it. 10-zip bad. 10-0 Wisconsin, and now a Sager Sports Student of the Game. Present to you senior tight end Matt Nyquist, senior tight end in business marketing management, human resources major, 3.4 GPA, also a 3-time academic all Big Ten. For Penn State, it's Jeff Harding, senior guard, marketing major, 3.2 GPA. Sager Sports proud to honor these fine student athletes. Boy, they're a couple of good players.
Now, how can you honor Harding? He's got the same grade point average as Nyquist, but he's only got 1 major. Nyquist's got 3 majors.
Yeah, Nyquist has been working on those extra ones. 1st and 10, Wisconsin. Their field position not as good as it's been, but their offense hasn't really cared where they started so far. Bevel comes up rifling, almost had it picked off. Danger dangerous out there. Clint Holes, the hero back, or strong safety, almost had himself an interception.
Holes does a magnificent job. I mean, he's in there subbing for Jason Collins, who got hurt last week. He's going to come, and he's right here, and he's going to come and run underneath the out. Let me tell you the quarterback's going to do. He says, I got to throw this ball anyway. I'm putting it out there. It's like I'm throwing it out. We got to force you to go wide. Michael London is the receiver on the play, but...
Well, when you go to the wide side of the field like that, that's a dangerous one. If it's picked off, it's a touchdown. Here's McCullough on second down. Good run from McCullough across the 15, out near the 17-yard line. Still going to give him a third down and short situation. Terry Killens made the tackle.
And there's the key again. You take the gamble of throwing the ball on first down. You got to get into the second down and make 4 or more yards. So on third down, you can run your boots. You can do anything you want.
Everybody all tangled up. I don't think anybody's injured down there at the bottom. They just had their pads kind of locked together. McCullough and Nyquist. McCullough straightens everything out and looks up and sees it's third down and 3. Under 6 minutes in the half. McCullough having a big day already. That's a busy afternoon. We're in the first half, 16 carries.
Nyquist goes in motion.
There he comes. Bevel, short to London. Across the middle. And after the 24 with a Wisconsin first down. And Michael London, an 8-yard pickup. He's having quite a day. 4 catches already.
Rutgers game plan on 2. Simmons long, come underneath it. You see Penn State drop into a zone. Here comes London. Go in between the linebackers. We feel that they have a weakness throwing in the linebacker area. Let's keep throwing there until they take it away from us. Boy, this game plan is working. And it's working because Bevel is taking care of the football, not making mistakes with the ball.
It's been London Broyle on third down. 3 of his 4 catches on third down to pick up a first. Play action for Bevel. McCullough with the flat. Collins has him in his sights and takes him down at the 28-yard line. Let's check in with Mike Tirico. Mike.
Oh, Brad, Ohio State's kind of on a basketball-like run. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns on 13 plays in 8 minutes and 47 seconds, including this Eddie George run. And they've just kicked the field goal to make it 45-26.
Whoa. You know, we were here at Penn State Stadium. They announced the score that Ohio State was beating Notre Dame, and everybody was upset with that. They cheered. They should be cheering. They're in the Big Ten now.
They should be upset with that. That's right. 2nd and 5, Wisconsin with 4:23 left in the half and a 10-point lead. And a quick stop to any kind of progress there for Aaron Stecker. He loses yardage. And Brad Scioli, one of the first to beat him. Darrell Bevel is going to be 26 years old in January. We don't like to keep harping on that, but we do give Bev a little bit of grief that we've got guys on the crew younger than he is. Not us, but...
Well, he's hit 68% of his passes going into this game. He had a great game last week at 10 for 13. When he plays like that, he moves the chains. As we've been talking about, very tough to defense.
Third down and 8 here. They'll keep it on the ground. Stecker, first down. Out across the 35 to the 36. Kim Herring knocked him off his pins. And just when you thought Wisconsin had to throw, Stecker gets 11 out of the backfield.
Quick trap. This is something Wisconsin doesn't do a lot. A lot of quick hitters this time. Watch Vanderbilt come across and run the quick trap this time, number 65. Quick hit on Scioli. He's playing defensive tackle for the first time in his career. Remember, he played at end. Really started as a quarterback when he came here. And that's how you hit those guys. Not a lot of experience there. Let's trap him a little bit.
There's Sandusky looking on, defensive coordinator of the Nittany Lions in his 28th year. 3:20 left in the half. Stecker, Nelson's got him all wrapped up. Now Stecker goes forward for 11 and a first down, then he goes backward about 3 or 4 yards. Let's check in with Adrian.
That really is the first reaction to an adjustment made by Jerry Sandusky. Really getting after his defensive linemen because they're catching. Their first move is almost straight up as opposed to out and up into the face of the Wisconsin offensive linemen. And the problem is when Wisconsin outweighs these guys an average of 281 to 250, you cannot afford to do that.
Yeah, he said that they had to penetrate with that front 4, and so far it's been the penetrations going in the favor of the guys with the red pants on right now. That front line of Wisconsin's done a fine job. 2nd down and 13. Bevel with a play fake. Rolls. Throws to Nyquist. Just about stepped out of bounds and probably wishes he had. Filardi just leveled him along with Brian Miller. Big Ten women's volleyball. coming up on the Deuce. Number 6 Penn State Lady Lions against Ohio State Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. And the Lady Lions are on a roll. They've won 13 straight. That's Wednesday night at 7:30 on ESPN2.
Brad, I know you're saying kind of avoid the hit step out of bounds, but I think with 2 minutes to go, you did a good job of staying in bounds. And even if they punt the ball here, they're going to give the ball back to Penn State with about 1:30 to go.
That's a great point. 3rd down and 8. And they will keep it on the ground here again. Try that draw to Stecker. It worked once. It doesn't work this time. Nelson stops it.
Penn State should call a timeout. Joe knows that.
Well, he's been around long enough to know that. You don't coach in 500 games here and go, gee, I wonder if we should call timeout. We have a timeout with 1 minute 44 seconds remaining. Penn State down by 10. Brian Alexander set to punt for Wisconsin. Out of 4th down. Penn State will get another opportunity offensively before halftime. Not the greatest of punts. And it takes a Penn State bounce to about the 33-yard line. So they've got 1 minute 34 with which to work. Only a 26-yard punt. Don't forget ESPN's your place for scores at 10:30 and 50 past every hour, every day. To look in on some other scores from earlier today, and that Ohio State-Notre Dame game still going on. Brian Greasy, and the starting quarterback from Michigan with a couple of touchdown tosses today.
Kind of a little bit of an oddity. Both of these teams play Ohio State next.
That's
Penn
right.
State next week. Wisconsin has a bye, and they'll face them up in Madison in 2 weeks. It's a tough schedule for Ohio State, these 3 games back.
4 wideouts for Wally Richardson. Flares it out. Great one-hand catch by Archie. He didn't get a lot out of that, but when Gary said earlier that Fran Gander said Archie's got as good a hands out of the backfields we've ever had, I think he just showed you that right there.
He should have said good as hand.
Good as hand, left hand, that's right. They go with a hurry up here, without a huddle. 2nd down along 5. Richardson looking left the whole way. And finally goes to Juravicius, complete, out of bounds at the 45 for the first down. Don't forget the GMAC halftime report coming up. We'll update you on that Notre Dame-Ohio State game. Highlights of USC without some of their key people who were suspended by Coach Robinson. And then a look ahead to what we've got next. Colorado and Oklahoma. Number 4 and number 10 coming up at about 8:45 tonight. Joe says, get in there to Juravicius or something to that effect.
Get in there. That man is intense in his love for football, isn't he?
Richardson hit his last 6 passes. They'd like to keep that going. He's going to have to hustle to get this one off, and now they're forced to take a timeout. So they get the completion and out of bounds to stop the clock, and it's wasted anyway. 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining in the half. They'll talk it over. We'll see what they do on first down when we come back. 68 seconds left for Penn State to work. Barry Alvarez team up by 10. You might have seen go to the break Fran Gander doing a good thing to his offense.
Absolutely. Everybody was all up in arms, and he's going, relax, relax. It's 1 minute 8. Let's not panic.
Don't worry about using that timeout. 1st and 10. Nittany Lions. Wide open, Freddie Scott. And Scott out of bounds with a pickup of 13 and a first down. Golf coming up tomorrow. PGA Tour viewing challenge from Callaway Gardens Resort, Pine Mountain, Georgia. That's tomorrow at 4:30 Eastern. Yes, Gary, I have played that course.
Really?
I have never conquered it, but I have played that course in lovely Callaway Gardens. And there's, after 3 rounds, Fred Funk and Steve Stricker, the leaders, co-leaders at 11 under par.
It's a little bit of a coincidence. Every time you play, you're in a funk. When you play golf.
That's true. From the 42, first down. Richardson fires a little bit too low for Scott, who was open again. Hit him in the shoestrings, incomplete. Stops the clock with 59 seconds remaining in the half.
When Wally Richardson sets his feet, he throws well. Remember, Wisconsin's been coming with 6-man blitzes. They've sacked him already. This time he doesn't get set. He gets his feet going in 2 different directions, throws the ball into the ground.
12 of 18. Day, trying to rally his troops to a score before halftime. Pressure from the backside. Carter got Richardson. The ball is loose. Did Freddie Scott cover it? That might be the best catch of Fred Scott's day right now at the 39-yard line.
I really don't know who it was, but someone was right there just waiting for the ball there as it was rolling. I think it was Leonard Taylor. Number 19, Carter, is going to make the sack. Watch how he swings his hand coming from behind. Carter's going to come in here and make the play. from the right side of your screen. Wally Richardson's on the left side. He's going to come to the outside. Overload blitz. He swings the hand. There goes the ball. I think number 34 on the left side of your screen. No, it's Unversat, number 47, waiting for that ball, and Freddie Scott comes in and scoops it up.
Well, Freddie might be the fastest guy in Penn State's team, so he got there before the linebacker, that's for sure, and he covers it. And instead of a Wisconsin recovery, Penn State will have another chance. Third down, but they're out of timeouts now. Third down and a long 7 coming up. Barry Alvarez, as Gary said, with a week off next week before Ohio State. Boy, if they could pocket an upset win here, how huge would that be? Don't forget the GMAC halftime report. Mike will be along in 42 seconds to give you all the scores and highlights from today's action so far, and a look ahead to Colorado and Oklahoma. Wisconsin, total yardage today. Remember, their first 2 drives, they had 150. Now they're up to 207. Penn State trying to march another 40 here, or at least into field goal territory if nothing else. But remember, they're out of timeouts. So anything in the middle of the field will cost them some time. Richardson throws it out. Scott one step toward the middle and then wisely gets out of bounds. He gave it a look as if to say, can I break it down the middle? And then got out of bounds for the first down at the 30.
Brad, good throwing the ball near the sideline again, but Bobby Ingram has only had 2 balls thrown his way so far. He did so well watching the film of how he beat double coverage against Rutgers. I think you got to look for Bobby Ingram in this situation. I don't care if they double cover him or not, and they haven't been doing it that much. I think you get the ball to the All-American.
Richardson fires out, and again low, intended for Freddie Scott. Same pattern as a couple of moments ago, and same result. And Wally Richardson looking up to the skies as if to say, I've done that twice now.
Wally Richardson did the right thing here. Ingram's going to come down, but watch this guy fall off, this guy fall off. He has to throw the ball outside to Scott. He wants to go. Okay, I want to get the ball to Ingram. Can I get him? Can I get him? No way. They're going to make me throw outside. I got to throw outside. Taylor and Suttle were making the play. Force him to throw the ball to Freddie Scott.
Juravicious, Scott, and Ingram with a 3-wideout set. 8th play of the Penn State drive. Coming this way to Freddie Scott again. Tiptoes out of bounds at the 24. Now they're in field goal range. Still have 29 seconds to work with.
I'll tell you where they could get the ball to Ingram, though, is over the middle of the formation. In that slot, he's having trouble getting it wide. But if he came down the middle and cut over right into the middle between the linebackers, they could find a hole in that zone right now.
Wally Richardson runs halfway past the hash mark all the way over to hear the play and then hustles back to the huddle.
That's that modern technology.
No receiver in the helmet here. Third down at 4. Chris Campbell comes in as an extra wideout. 4 for Richardson here as he drops the throw. Double clutched and then threw it out of bounds. Closest man was Ingram, and Unversat, the linebacker, was covering him. So now it's 4th down, and I would think the field goal unit's going to be trotting on.
I don't see where they have a choice here. I'd kick the field goal. This is still a long game. 10-0. I put 3 points on the board.
Conway's waiting for the call. Maybe he won't get it. Well, I'm not my 500th game either. 4th down, and Joe Pa says, let's go get it. It is 4th down. And a long 4. Huge play here for both clubs with 25 seconds. All that remains first half. Richardson throws on the run. Got his man, and the ball is loose.
Ingram dropped the ball. It's incomplete.
Incomplete. He couldn't handle it. Nice job defensively out there. Leonard Taylor was out there. So was Carter.
Well, Richardson gave it right to his best receiver in a situation. It's almost like they ran a 2-point play here. Ingram open for the first down. Ingram is right here. He's going to come in motion and get it open. These guys are going to clear. Ingram's wide open for the first down. But, Brad, what I don't get is, okay, even if you make the first down here, you still don't have a lot of time to do much else but kick a field goal. Okay, you get the ball, you catch it, you go out of bounds. Big deal.
Trying to catch it and get out of bounds and forgot to take it with him. But Wisconsin said, we'll take a knee and head to the locker room. That's okay with us. It's been 34 games since Joe Paterno's Nittany Lions have been shut out in the first half. Well, they got a big 0 up on the board right now. And the Badgers of Barry Alvarez have a 10-point lead as they head to intermission. 10-zip. The Badgers in front. The GMAC halftime report is coming up next with all the scores and highlights is Mike Tirico. Set to start the second half from Beaver Stadium. And Penn State will get to touch it first. 34 games you have to go back to find a Nittany Lion team of Joe Paterno's shutout through the first half. Wisconsin 10, Penn State nothing. Ambrose Fletcher and Curtis Enos await the kick of John Hall. Hall is a weapon in his own right with his deep kickoffs. It'll be the same story here as Fletcher decides to take a knee, and Penn State will work from the 20. We had a cool thing happen at halftime here that you don't know about probably at home. We had a blackout here. The only thing that was on was the stadium lights. And Wisconsin almost blacked out Penn State in that first half.
You know, we talked about they had 3 goals in this game. Could they control the ball? Yeah, they had it 17 minutes to 12 minutes. Could they stop the run? Monty and Umberzat did that, and they got some pressure on Richardson. That's why it's 10-0. They've been able to control it, keep it away from him, and a missed field goal. I thought some questionable strategy at the end, but I talked to Brad Childers, the offensive coordinator. He said, we got to be physical in the second half. That's the name, second half physical.
Penn State only averaged 3.8 yards per play in that first half. They got more out of this, though, as Archie goes out for 6 or 7 on his first carry of the second half. Statistically, in that first half. That's a pretty good job by the Wisconsin defense.
Well,
you would probably expect a little bit more rushing out of Wisconsin, too, quite frankly.
You know, 9 yards rushing. You're right, 71 yards rushing for Wisconsin, but, 206 yards, that's a lot of yards. And when you hold Penn State to 138 yards and a half, you know you're doing something. And I think that time of possession is key. I mean, Barry Alvarez was really happy with that last drive from the 8-yard line where they punted about the 40. That game played to go in halftime 10-0.
Here's a big opener. Biggest play of the game so far. And it's John Whitman. We told you, don't forget about the fullbacks, whatever you do, as he rumbles 17 yards before Huntley and Weems can track him down.
That's really the key, is that offensive line for Penn State has to start controlling the front four for Wisconsin. And this time they do. A little bit of a hole. Whitman will go right up the middle this time and go in there and gain positive yardage. And you're right, Brad. It's that balance within the running game, balance within the passing game. They showed it with the fullback.
The first down out across the 45. Fans getting into it a little bit. So's the band. Archie got a yard, maybe 2, before Pete Monty made the tackle. Penn State in that first half, they missed that field goal of 39 yards, and that seemed to sort of start the tumble downhill, if you will. Punt, and then didn't go for a field goal near the end of the second quarter.
Kind of hard to believe you put together 3 10-play plus drives without a turnover and don't get any points.
I was a little surprised Joe Paterno didn't go for the field goal near the end of the second quarter. Play fake by Richardson. Boots it out and got it out to the fullback again. Nope, it's a tight end, Olsemer. And Olsemer goes down inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 13. That's his first catch of the day.
Keith Olsemer's the tight end on the opposite side. Right here, he's going to come across the formation. Boy, Richardson's going to fake the ball, come outside. He's playing one-on-one. This is basketball. 2-on-1, 2-on-1. What should I do? Daryl Carter gets to try to tackle the tight end that time. He does it, and they get a first down. Huntley and Weems have to come up and make the play.
Richardson, the nice one-hand play fake.
Yeah, a little bit of the same play Wisconsin successfully ran in the first half. They're coming back with him the same way. You know, you called the fullback, said fullback, tight end, same guy, different number.
Yeah,
the way
right.
These guys are built.
Olsemer's not Kyle Brady, but then who is, right? Well, we've got a Nittany Lion down at the 40, and that's the guy that made the catch, Olsemer, and maybe just got the wind knocked out of him, too. Well, I don't know. Going to take 1 or 2 tries to get up for the big fella, 245, 250 pounder. And it looks like he's okay. First down inside the 40. Bobby Ingram gives him a 5 as he walks over there. And Ingram's kind of become the leader of this team in the locker room and on the field, obviously. And he's been quiet today. And you just know that at some time, the All-American and Fred Biletnikoff award winner from a year ago will explode.
Well, if I was going into halftime and I was the offensive coordinator on this team, I would say we have to find the way to get the ball to this man. He's just too good of a football player. They can't. Even if they do double cover him, let's get the ball to him.
Archie About a yard, that's it. Sala makes a nice stop inside along with Rod Spiller.
You know, Brad, something that Adrian alluded to early in the football game may be coming true. This Penn State team does appear to be a little more tired than usual. Fran Ganner talked about it to us when we met with him yesterday. He said, you know, I have never really heard Harding say, my legs are dead. He said, I have never been that tired after a football game versus Rutgers.
The legs aren't getting them much tonight, are they? 37 yards went on the season, 291. Richardson, nice little pirouette to get it out to Scott. But a good open field stop as well as Jason Suttle, the sophomore cornerback, came up to make the hit. Suttle, one of those young guys in that Badger revamped secondary, sophomore out of Burnsville, Minnesota.
I talked to Mike Cassidy, their defensive coordinator, as we look. Here's Ingram in here. He's going to come down and block, and then Freddie Scott is going to catch the little pass. Ingram comes in from the outside, does a little block. And actually, a really nice tackle by Suttle that time. Scott is tough to handle one-on-one.
3rd and 5, play action, quickly throwing. This time, it's the other tight end, Stevenson. Gary thought I was going to say the fullback.
Well, you're 50-50.
Another first down.
Bob Stevenson is a freshman walk-on this time. He's going to come inside, come back outside, wide open. That time, Pete Monty, I think, does not do a very good job of reading the play quickly, and that allowed the tight end to get out there. And Raleigh Richardson showing the leadership. Come on, guys. Let's stick it in the end zone. Let's get the crowd going our way.
First down inside the 25. Good-looking opening march for the Nittany Lions here in the 3rd quarter. Firing it out. Freddie Scott forgot to take the ball along when they had the catch. And off his pads. Let's check in with Mike Tirico.
Guys, Arizona doing a number on Cal thus far. Watch the pretty catch by Richard Dice. You guys saw him against Illinois a couple of weeks ago. Great concentration, nearly a one-hand grab. Then a safety as Cal caught the kickoff, went out of the end zone. Arizona got the ball back. Gary Taylor runs in 13 yards. They've missed all their extra points, but lead by 11.
Here, 10-0 Wisconsin, but Penn State on the march. 9th play of the drive to open up this 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 9. Big hole left side. Whitman, the fullback. 13 for Whitman as you get another Whitman sampler to the 10.
Marco Rivera and Andre Johnson, the guard, the tackle right here, out. Big hole that time. Archie comes in and cleans up on Unverzat, too, a little halfback on number 47. And then Whitman, number 38, the fullback. Really the most underrated part of this football team, their fullbacks. Gets it in the secondary. Poor Kevin Huntley says, man, I liked it on offense better.
This time a loss. Funny looking hit too, solid. Swung Whitman around and a loss on the play of about 3. Sala so quick off that corner.
Tarek Sala played as a true freshman for this football team, played the Rose Bowl game, and he has just gotten nothing but get better year after year. An intense football player. As Coach John Palermo says, my type of guy. I can chew him out all day, and he just keeps playing.
2nd down and 13. Good-looking drive of 66 yards in almost 5 minutes so far. Richardson in the flat. Got it. It's been a Whitman drive so far inside the 10. 10-0 the score, Wisconsin. And don't forget scores at 10, 30, 50 past each and every hour on ESPN every day, 24 hours a day.
Brad, you know, interesting, you talked about the fullback. Last year, the fullback position, with all the weapons they had, Brady and everything like that, the fullback was 2nd in touchdowns, 2nd in yards gained, 2nd in attempts, and 2nd in touchdowns. When you combine the two fullbacks, they are a big weapon for this football team. Whitman and Mill.
Whitman has 4 touchdowns this year. He'd like to add on to it. It's been his drive. Richardson to throw and sacked. Boy, Daryl Carter's quick. Junior on a
Top right here and blitz in, right into this way. Daryl Carter, number 19, comes in, gets the sack at a big time.
4 sacks on the season now. And it's going to be a field goal attempt coming up. Brett Conway missed from 39 earlier. This is a 32-yard attempt to try to get that goose egg off the Penn State side of the scoreboard. And he's got it. So finally, Penn State puts points up. But it took them a half, and then it took them over 5 more minutes. 9:52 to go in the 3rd. 10-3 Wisconsin. Wisconsin huddle.
He just has to play. Here it is. Remember the scramble, Brad? Brian Miller right here, 34, puts his helmet right on Bevel's right knee. Maybe a little contusion right there. We get a little hit. Helmet on knee right there. It's going to get sore as the game goes on.
He's been Mr. Third Down tonight, though. Third down at 4, Wisconsin. You'll know whether they pick it up or not by the Penn State crowd. They do. Nyquist out of bounds at the 41 of the Nittany Lions.
What was the first pass you used to put in when you were playing out of the field touch football? All right, flood. We're going to one guy go long, and then we're going to flood the zone. This is a flood right here. They're going to flood the zone right here. Nyquist is going to go in motion across, come out downfield. This guy's going to go long right here and just flood the formation. Here goes Nyquist. Comes out right here. Oh, turn right out to the outside, flood. 3 guys to the same side of the field. One long, one short. Hit the guy in the middle.
Wisconsin 10 out of 14 on third down. Here's that long give to McCullough. McCullough got ahead of Steve and then ran into Brian Miller, but he got about 6 yards before the Penn State cornerback could make the hit. 12:26 left in this one, and don't forget 4th-ranked Colorado and number 10 Oklahoma in a Big 8 shootout in Norman. It's coming up next. Ron Franklin and Mike Godfrey and Mike Adamley in the gang waiting on that one. In Soonerland. McCullough comes up now, and he's got an empty leg.
I tell you, nobody's saying ouch, but there's a lot of ouches happening out there right now.
Stecker will have to take McCullough's spot in the Wisconsin backfield at the 12-minute mark remaining in the ballgame. Wisconsin started this drive deep in their own territory. They've worked it down to the 35 of Penn State as Stecker's all wrapped up by Brian Miller, and we will send it to Mike Tirico. Mike.
You guys are watching Devils veteran leadership. Same true with Patrick Nix, who you'll see Thursday night. He's now gone over 110 passes without an interception. 44-yard score here to Robert Baker. And Auburn's lead over Kentucky is now 28-7. Still plenty of time in the second quarter.
Robert Baker, the touchdown maker. And Gary and I will be down in the Plains on Thursday night for Auburn, Mississippi State. Get Gary a little bit of Southern cooking. He needs it. Third down and 2. Wisconsin would like to cook up another first down. They have been brilliant at it tonight. And they get another one to the 25.
How nice is that?
Ryan Sondrup, the backup tight end this time instead of Nyquist.
How many times have they gone to Nyquist? This time Nyquist is covered. Here's Nyquist over here. Here comes up across the way right here. He finds the opposite tight end. Nyquist is covered. Sondrup comes across. Do I got him? Off my back foot. Lay it out there. First down.
That's a tough throw with Terry Killens in your bush.
You got it. And you got a bad knee to begin. You really aren't operating 100%.
Well, if Wisconsin gets any kind of points out of this drive, it will be huge. They're at the Penn State 25 of the 1st and 10. And they're under 11 minutes. Trying to head to an upset. And they get about 4 yards again from Stecker before Collins and Holes can make the hit. And we'll check in with Adrian Karsten.
Brad, Carl McCullough had his foot stepped on, and because we're on natural grass, of course, they're using those big spikes, and that hurts. But he's going to have to keep going. So, yeah, Gary, you're right. A lot of guys saying, ouch, including Darrell Bevel and Carl, but they're going to keep going.
McCullough has really had to work it tonight. Had a huge game against Stanford a couple of weeks ago with 200 yards, 151 in the lopsided loss to Colorado. 10 minutes remaining in the ballgame. 2nd and 6. Bevel, plenty of time, going deep for Simmons. He's got it. Touchdown. Holy cow. First catch of the night for Tony Simmons, and as he did a year ago. About every 3 times he catches the ball, he turns it into a touchdown. Tonight, 1 time, 1 touchdown.
Touchdown, Tony Simmons. He led the Big Ten along with Freddie Scott last year in touchdown passes. Bevel finally found the one-on-one matchup he'd been waiting for, and he puts it right at a perfect spot. He had his wide receiver on a safety, and he put it up there, and Simmons came down with it.
Second 21-yard touchdown pass of the night off the hand of Darrell Bevel. This one to his wide receiver, Simmons. And now Hall in for the point after. Got it up and good with just 1 tick under the 10-minute mark. Wisconsin trying to pull a stunner, and now they've got a 2-touchdown lead, and on a bad knee and all, a Johnny Unitas Award candidate looks like the man with that touchdown. 17-3, 9:59 left. Tony Simmons from Darrell Bevel, 21 yards. Look at the ratio of touchdowns to career receptions this kid had.
Well, now he's over 33% with that one. It was 10 for 30. He comes in and, you know, what happens is he drops it when they're not touchdown.
That's right. I don't want it. Don't want it.
Don't want to ruin my average. No, that was a beautiful throw and a nice route there. And Darrell Bevel put it right where it had to be.
John Hall at kicks. Got a great leg on kickoff. It is a weapon unto itself, as that one is again. Penn State's got to let it go, and they've got to work from the 20-yard line. Third touchback on a kickoff off the leg of John Hall.
All right, two things here. First of all, Bevel's going to drop back. Go ahead, guys. Roll it right here as he gets back in the pocket. Now let's stop it right about here. Stop it right there, guys. Look at the space he has to throw the football. That's great protection. That's what causes touchdown passes. When you can step into these throws, go ahead and run it now. Stepping into it. Now one-on-one. Your best receiver against a safety. Throw it up high. Your guy's bigger than their guy. Throw it up and Simmons comes down with it.
Bevel,
perfect execution.
Bevel perfect on the drive as well. 5 for 5, 54, and the touchdown. Big smile for the senior quarterback and his captain. Archie dropped for a loss of a yard. Who do you think that might be? Solid again. And now, boy, they don't boo very often in Beaver Stadium.
Well, I don't know if you can have the patience any longer. I mean, it is true. Plenty of time to score 2 touchdowns in this game. And with the 2-point play, you can get this game. And right now, I think you got 2 wideouts that they just can't cover. I'd say, guys, time to pass block. I'm going to my big guys outside.
I got Freddie Scott, and I've got Bobby Ingram. And in this case, Campbell's in at a wide receiver spot. Ingram has been totally quiet tonight, although he has become the all-time Penn State career reception leader. Another end around. Campbell got a block. And he got to the 34-yard line before Sorrell Weems ran it down. 14-yard pickup on the end around for Chris Campbell.
Keep them honest. Give it to your wideouts. You got great athletes out there. Reverse against a pass rushing situation. Didn't allow any penetration. Diatlevy, number 39, turns it back in. A big first down play as Weems comes up and makes a tackle. Clock is running.
Yep, 9 minutes and now under 9. 2 touchdowns down. Richardson to Whitman out of the backfield. Whitman to the 40, maybe to the 41. Hit put on there. Monty and Diatlevy combined, the 2 linebackers.
You got to wonder, Diatlevy in this football game now, if Carter isn't hurt as well as he's been playing in this game, there might be a story there at the end of the game when they need his speed in there. The other story so far, receptions by the big play guys. Bobby Ingram, only 2 catches in this football game, and neither one of them with a touchdown. They've been throwing the ball short to Freddie Scott. The Wisconsin secondary has not let these 2 guys get deep.
Play fake. Richardson comes up firing. Got that wide out screen going again. It's Ingram, but he's only at the line of scrimmage. It only adds on to his career receptions, but nothing else. Manecki got out there from the nose spot to make the tackle.
There's that short passing game that really Wisconsin has been giving them in this game. Ingram's going to go out 2 steps, come back. It's a screen out there. Rivera, number 54, does not get Weems, and then the nose tackle making the play.
Wisconsin hasn't bought that thing all night,
no,
really.
They're going to give them that play, really. They don't want to get beat deep. They're going to give you those 2 yards.
Third down at 4, Penn State. They've got to keep this drive going. They don't have that many more possessions. Richardson rips it out, got it complete out to the 48. Juravicius, another first down catch. It is 17-3 here. Don't forget you can get scores at 10, 30, and 50 past each and every hour, every day, all day long on ESPN. 2 touchdowns back. The 6th-ranked team in the country riding a 20-game winning streak.
Brad, I think they can throw the ball over the middle of the field right here. This safety is dropping back deep. They can bring these safeties back into the middle, and I think that's where they could get the guys in the middle of the zone.
Flare it out to Archie. And Archie drops near the line of scrimmage. Yoakum and Carter got out there to make the hit. And Wisconsin's starting to feel its oats a little bit now. Yeah. You know, they've got a little bit of confidence in a 2-touchdown lead. Why not?
You bet they do. Why not? There's only 7 minutes to go in this football game. They got a 14-point lead, and they know that so far Penn State has not panicked, and they're going to let things happen in front of them. I think Barry Alvarez, sure, he wants to stop him, but he does not want to give up a quick touchdown now.
2nd down and 10. Richardson, plenty of time. Fires it out, completes it. Freddie Scott. Nice little move inside the 35-yard line. Give him 18.
All four receivers go out this time and hook and find an open area. Freddie Scott is the inside receiver to the right side. He's going to go out about 12 yards. He sees it as his own hook out. Richardson delivers the ball, and then Freddie does such a great job of making people miss, get upfield. And really, Brett, this is the first game that Freddie hasn't had a lot of catches yet, has been 100% healthy so far this season.
8 catches tonight for 82 yards, and he learned well from Gary Danielson in the Detroit Lion locker room with the Nerf ball down there.
Young, of course, Freddie's dad, Fred Scott, was my receiver with the Detroit Lions for a number of years, and I remember Freddie when he couldn't catch.
Pete Monty coming out. So the linebacking core getting banged up for Wisconsin. That's their bread and butter, Monty and Unverzak. Enos checks in as the tailback for Penn State. First down at the 35. He'll get the call of the delay and a big hole on the draw. It closed rather quickly. He burst through, though, for about 7 yards before he's brought down. Well, the National Hockey League set to gear up. You can catch all the stars of the NHL on ESPN. Detroit and Colorado drop the puck on the season premiere October 6th, 9 o'clock Eastern time.
All right, the Colorado what, Brad?
The Colorado Avalanche.
Hey,
how about that?
A hockey fan.
Nice fake, and then Richardson comes up throwing, and he got it to the tight end Olsener, who's got a first down. Boy, you see resemblance between these two offenses on that fake toss and then roll out and throw it, Gary.
Same game plan. Move the sticks, take easy throws. Wisconsin's giving them nothing long, so let's take what they're giving us. Right side of this, left side of this formation, he's going to come across, fake the pitch one way. There's your tight end wide open down the middle of the right side of the field. Move the chains.
Olsener with another catch. First down inside the 20. Play action for Richardson again. Fires out again to the tight end. This time it's Stevenson. Let's check in with Adrian.
Brad, one of the things that's keeping the Penn State Nittany Lion drive alive at this point is a rotation initiated by Fran Ganter in the backfield. Mike Archie, Curtis Enos, Stephen Pitts have all made the rotation in the backfield on this drive. Remember the point I made earlier on about fatigue in this game? Because some of the guys are trotting off the field now. He's just trying to keep everybody fresh, play by play by play.
Archie goes out, and that means that Enos will come in. There he is, the freshman. Second down and 4. He gets the call. And he bangs his way inside the 10. Short of the first down, though, by a couple of yards. Remember, this is a team with the longest winning streak in the country. 20 games coming in. And their second longest ever. But now, time is of the essence. 5:40 left. And Wisconsin with a 2-touchdown lead, trying to pick off Penn State in their own backyard.
Brad, if I'm Darrell Bevel, I'm telling my guys, we want to win it. If they score, we make 2 first downs, we win.
That's right. 12th play of the Penn State drive, but it's been time-consuming. Freddie Scott on the move from the 9. Enos again. First down. Got down to the 5 and then got level. Kevin Huntley came up from the secondary to make the first hit, and then Tom Burke helped clean up.
Kurt Enos taking the pitch this time, just following that big fullback. Again, Wisconsin is not letting them walk into the end zone right now. They're making every yard count. Manecki comes up and makes the play. Huntley comes up and makes the play, and that's taking time off the clock.
Down near the 5-minute mark. It's gone 75 yards and almost 5 minutes so far. First and goal, Penn State. Enos, not this time. Stacked up. Weems came from the corner, got a lot of help from the inside, including Burke again from the tackle spot. And it's second and goal.
Marco Rivera, number 54, was going to try to pull and come upfield on this one, but someone blew this thing up. Rivera's right here. He's going to come. Let's see who hits the play from over here. I really couldn't see it. Watch number 54, but the play gets blown up from the inside. It's Flanagan, number 52, who was subbing that time inside of the spare linebacker. He made the play by just taking out the guard.
Is it Whitman time, or do you put it up? Second and goal from the 5.
I like Whitman.
They will throw. Richardson to the corner. Scott trying to get there and broken up. Jason Settle with a not-so-subtle play from the defensive back position for Wisconsin.
Tried to throw that fade into double coverage that time. It's not going to work. This guy's got him outside. This guy's got him inside over here. In here, Leonard Taylor. Watch this. Suttle's just going to go outside. He knows he's got help. He's not going to bite for anything. He said, I'm going to play the fade. I'm going to let my safety take the throw inside.
Well, that's a cool look from up there.
Got it.
Came right at you. Richardson, 14 out of 17 in this half. 3rd and goal. Throws as he's hit. No chance. And I mean, he was hit. And it was Saleh again.
You got it. Saleh gets off the blocks. I mean, he got blocked on this play. He just gets back up and makes the play on it.
Led the team in sacks last year.
Number 42. End of the line right there. He's going to come out. Pitts is going to make the play on him. Gets back up. Richardson can feel him coming on him. Makes a clean hit right in the stomach you can't throw when you got a linebacker in your chest.
You wonder if he can breathe on this next play, which is 4th and goal at the 5. 16th play of the Penn State drive, and the biggest one so far. Richardson rifles it. Touchdown! Freddie Scott. Extra point coming up to try to make it a 1-touchdown game. Brett Conway in for the point after, of which he has hit 59 straight. No, he doesn't want to miss this one.
You got a very patient drive, though. We'll have to say that. Now the gamble is, can your defense stop it?
Or was it too patient?
Yeah.
We won't know for the next 4 minutes and 10 seconds, that's for sure. It's a fake. They do go for 2, and did they get it? Wisconsin says no. The officials give us no indication. They didn't get it.
Boy, that's a big gamble.
Whitman, the fullback. They're short, and now they're shorter on the scoreboard. They trail by 8. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left. It's Wisconsin's game to win. They lead 17-9. 4-10 more at least, and now Penn State down 8 as they tried for a 2-point conversion and didn't get it.
Here's the 2-point play right now. Here's Whitman right here, the fullback. Watch Flanagan. You can't see him right here. He's going to come in and jump and then grab him. Stassi's going to pitch it to Whitman. Flanagan jumps up in the air. No chance of blocking a field goal. He can't jump that high. And he says, hey, somebody else has got the ball. He makes the stop. If he did not grab him right there, I think Whitman walks in. But, Brad, I think the key to this so far is that field goal they gave up just before the end of the half forced them into that gamble right there for 2 points.
Anybody that's ever even touched a football in Madison, Wisconsin is within 10 yards of Brett Conway. Conway taking a look. The Badgers anticipating the onside kick. Have everybody on the good hands team up close. Now Conway comes up to the ball, and let's see which way he'll take it, or will he kick away?
Yeah, they got 9 people inside 10 yards.
It's a high pooch type of kick. London could fair catch that if he wants to, but he gets a beat on it. Takes it down at the 25-yard line. Nicely handled by Michael London with yet another catch for him. Don't forget PGA Tour Buick Challenge from Callaway Gardens Resort in Pine Mountain, Georgia. Tomorrow, 4:30. Leaderboard has co-leaders at 11 under par. Fred Funk and Steve Stricker with several other just to stroke off the pace. So that's final round of the Buick Challenge tomorrow from Callaway Gardens.
Penn State has all 3 of their timeouts. Assuming they use all 3 timeouts, Penn State would have to get, Wisconsin needs probably 3 first downs to put the game away.
And remember, if Penn State does get their hands on the ball, they'd have to get a touchdown and go for 2 just to make this a tie. Only about a yard as Atkins makes a nice stop. Let's check in with Adrian.
Right, I'm down here in front of the Wisconsin section where there's at least 5,000 Badger fans. Now, about 15,000 made the trip from all over different parts of the country just because they feel they deserve to get into tonight's game. Now, a lot of these people were locked out of the Rose Bowl 2 years ago. A lot of them a year ago in Colorado went out for the Buffalo game against Wisconsin, and they were locked out of Folsom Field. A lot of them here are from Milwaukee. Haven't got a chance to see football there anymore because the Packers have moved everything up to Lambeau just because they feel they deserve to get in. Barry Alvarez gave me 6 tickets last night. I handed them out today, so pretty popular guy here in front of the Wisconsin fans.
I would say so. 3:58 left. Wisconsin leading by 8. Maybe the most important 3 minutes and 58 seconds of the young Big Ten season right here in Happy Valley. Penn State trails Wisconsin 17-9, and it's second down and 8 for the Badgers, who have led throughout. On the 27. A big collision. Stecker kept his feet and got it out short of the first down, but out to the 34. Wisconsin just hasn't made any mistakes tonight. That's been the key so far, Gary.
It really has. I mean, that's really unbelievable. 0 turnovers, 1 penalty in this game. Both quarterbacks doing a fair job, but Penn State only running the ball for 91 yards. And Bevel having one of those Bevel games is really the story of this football game.
Timeout again taken by Penn State. Penn State 200 yards under their average on the ground tonight, averaging 291 and have only 91. There's the timeout story. 20-game winning streak, the nation's longest, on the line, and Barry Alvarez Badgers try to pull an upset.
And the pressure is falling right on Aaron Stecker. The redshirt freshman. McCullough apparently is hurt a little more than we thought, or looked at the play, and Stecker's in there. You know, I mean, what a thrill. The player of the year from Wisconsin. He's a redshirt freshman, and the ball's going to be in his hands.
ESPN, your home for college football again next week. It all starts with game day at 11:30. And then we'll take you out to Ann Arbor. Northwestern riding high with only 1 loss. Michigan unbeaten. Tim Biakabatuka and company. Then check all the scores and the Residence Inn scoreboard shows at 7:30 and 3:30 and 7. Then Miami and Florida State get together. And they'll wrap it all up at 10:30. Again, that's a big Saturday coming up a week from now on ESPN. Don't forget, we've got 4th-ranked Colorado, number 10, Oklahoma, yet to come tonight. Can it be better than what we've had in this smash mouth edition of the Big Ten? Penn State, Wisconsin. 3rd down. Bevel will throw for it. Lost one out, and Stecker's drilled by Miller. Penn State will get it back. We have a final 3.5 minutes.
I'm not surprised that they threw the ball. They did not want to give the ball back to this high-powered offense with Penn State. I am kind of surprised the type of play they threw that time. Nyquist has done such a good job of finding those little open creases. I would have suspected they would have gone to the Nyquist on the play.
Joe Paterno having a look at the list. Wisconsin will huddle over around Barry Alvarez on the sideline as a punt group and then come out to the field. Barry Alvarez, who was born in Pennsylvania, grew up in Burgettstown, which is about 25 minutes outside of Pittsburgh. And Richardson looking on, waiting for a chance. We'll check in with Mike Tirico.
Brad, as we wait, let's check in the baseball story. If Seattle wins, they get their first playoff berth in 19 years. They'll win the West, but Mickey Tettleton has hit a 3-run homer for Texas, trying to play the spoiler role tonight. The Rangers lead this game in the early go.
Biggest punt of Brian Alexander's career is right here, but Penn State doesn't appear to have the block on because they've got Bobby Ingram back. Well, they come after it a little bit. Ingram's a great punt returner, but he's into and there comes a flag for the second time, as he was not given enough room to make the catch. Leonard Taylor, number 34 for Wisconsin, was way too close. He's claiming he was blocked into the return man.
Well, that's exactly what he's claiming, or clipped into him, but remember the last time it was called, the crowd got on him, so they're going to even it up.
Interferes with the opportunity into the 2-yard belt on the kicking team. 5 yards, first down.
Boy, Leonard Taylor was one that he would like to replay. We'll replay it for you.
Well, I don't see where he's pushed there. Right at the end he was pushed, but it was after the catch, really. I think that was a good call. He was less than 2 yards.
Yep. Got to give the guy room.
Yep.
So, Penn State, great field position. No timeouts left. Do they have one? No, they're out, right?
Out of timeouts.
And they are 52 yards away from the end zone, and then what would be a huge two-point conversion attempt. There's a timeout score. Trailing 17-9. Richardson fires out, complete. Freddie Scott, who's had a huge night, has another catch out of bounds of the 45 to stop the clock.
I don't think time is even a problem at all in this game right here. Freddie Scott, the slot receiver to the inside, just going to bend right out. Wide open. Wisconsin basically giving them that throw. 3 minutes and 3.5 minutes. It's really not a factor of the clock.
Career high in catches for Fred Scott tonight. Richardson, plenty of time, drills the middle. Ingram dropped it, and it was almost picked off by Weems.
Well, finally, they threw the ball over the middle.
Downfield.
You got it. It's been there all game. This ball is just poorly thrown by Wally Richardson. Ingram's coming out, cuts over the middle. He's as wide open as you can be. The ball is slightly behind him, but I tell you, I've seen Bobby Ingram making those kind of catches all day.
Exactly what I was going to say. In fact, we've seen him make catches like that look easier than the easy ones.
You got it. I think that's a fine throw by Richardson, considering the situation he should have caught the ball.
Third down, it may not matter. They'll need 2 if they have to get it, but they don't need both. They pick up the first down on the toss there, and out of bounds, Fred Scott again. Freddie Scott's got 11 catches tonight. Mike Tirico, what do you have?
Just want to remind everyone that we're waiting to get a look at John Hessler on the left and Coy Detmer trying to prep him. Colorado, Oklahoma is coming up right after we're done at Penn State.
Detmer saying, Hessler, don't you know you're not supposed to shave before
That's
the
right.
game when you're going to start a game?
That's the look. Wally Richardson's had a strong night. He's keeping his team back in it, just like against Texas Tech.
44 passing.
But no big plays yet.
His career high is 252 a week ago. He's got more than that now, and he's got Freddie Scott, who's become his favorite receiver, out of bounds at the 35. Working on Weems a little bit over on that corner, who made his first career start in the secondary for Wisconsin last week. 3:09 left. Wisconsin 17. Penn State 9. 2nd and 5 at the 35 of the Badgers. There's the man of the night. Richardson swarmed under this time and taken down by Jason Manecki, who said, well, I don't know if I've got the lineman or the quarterback. I don't care. I'm taking everybody.
Right. I'm just going to keep holding down. He had Marco Rivera, number 54, blocking him. But Manecki just kept coming. Manecki, number 70 right here. The nose tackle gets the big sack right up the left side. Richardson never sees him. He's got Rivera holding on to him. Just a little bit of jersey, and it's not a tearaway.
Third down at 13 now. Richardson fires out to the side to Scott, who tried to cut inside this time, and he's taken down by Weems. So now it's 4th down.
They don't have any timeouts, so they just got to line up and call it. Call your favorite play.
And that favorite play is being put in the ear of quarterback Wally Richardson by Joe Paterno. And here's a 4th down and 7, and this is the ball game for Penn State. And this could be the end of the winning streak right here, because as Gary said,
there's a lot of confusion going on right now.
Might end up being 4th down and a dozen if they don't hurry. 4th and 7. Richardson, his tight end can't get to it. Incomplete. Sala with the pressure again, number 42.
Brad, I've always believed in key situations, you call a play that you're used to calling. I don't understand the confusion in this situation. Just get in the huddle, call your favorite play, and execute it. There were 6 different players that turned around just before the snap for Penn State and was not sure of the play. And guess who's putting pressure on the quarterback? Tarek Sala. And he was being held on the play on top of it.
Joe Paterno, 30 years. Oh, the head man here. But then immediately after that clapped his hands as if to say, come on over here, guys. And there's the guy that really caused that 4th down situation the way it was.
As well a played game as I've ever seen an underdog play Wisconsin in this football game. No mistakes, moved the chains, no turnovers, 1 penalty in the whole football game. That's how you knock off people that are rated high.
Barry Alvarez, how did he feel after that 4th down and long went incomplete? He'll take it. The Burgettstown, Pennsylvania native, he says, my dad can't take it anymore coming to these games. I called him and said, Dad, come on down to the game. And Dad said, no, Nessler and Danielson are on. I'll watch it on TV.
Well, you know, that makes us, I don't want to say we're not on the team, but Wisconsin likes to see us.
Yeah, they do. They've done pretty well.
Yeah, they're now 8-3 for games that we do.
But Colorado's hammered them a couple of times.
Well,
and Colorado and Oklahoma are coming up next. It evens it off.
That doesn't count. Colorado. Wally Richardson had a good football game.
Yeah, yeah. Wisconsin mistake-free today. No turnovers and just a couple of penalties. The last loss goes back almost 2 years. Ohio State.
I think there was 2 key plays in this football game as far as Penn State strategy-wise. Not kicking a field goal at the end of the half and going for 2 because of that. Both of them turned against them, didn't work, and it cost them the football game.
Wisconsin opened up and got throttled by Colorado. Then they tied Stanford. Everybody said, how did you tie Stanford? Stanford went on to beat Oregon and proved they're a pretty good football team. Then they hammered SMU a week ago. 1-1-1 coming in. And now they're about to stun the 6th team in the land here in Happy Valley. And I'll tell you what, right now there's a couple of sounds like this on State Street back in Madison because they've got a week off and then they've got the Buckeyes. How about that?
Wow, this is as big a win. Remember when they knocked off Michigan last year? We did that game, but Todd Collins was knocked out of the game. And people said, well, you beat us without our big player. This time they beat a real Penn State team. Head on head, man on man.
Joe Paterno said we're going to play it to see who says ouch first. I don't think his Nittany Lions ever said ouch, but this one is going to hurt the Penn State fans. But what a joy for the Badgers. Wisconsin pulls an upset. A stunner at Beaver Stadium, and the crowd is quiet at this point as I've ever seen. Joe Pa and Barry Alvarez at midfield. The final in an upset, 17-9 Wisconsin. For Gary Danielson and Adrian Karsten, Brad Nessler saying so long from Happy Valley. Residents in Scoreboard shows coming up next.